Before we get into the question, let's recap what momentum is, right? So the formula itself is pretty straightforward. It's the momentum of an object is equal to its mass multiplied by its velocity. And then the units of momentum would be the product of mass, kg, and velocity, which is in meters per second. So kilograms meters per second is the unit for momentum. That's the first thing. The second thing is that momentum is a vector quantity. Well, a vector quantity has both a size as well as a direction. And in the case of objects moving to the left or to the right or up or down, you have to define the direction. So for example, if a car is moving at 50 miles per hour, it's moving at 50 miles per hour. But if you want to specifically talk about its velocity, then you have to mention this direction it's going in. So maybe it would be 50 miles an hour east or 50 miles an hour west. You've defined a direction as well as the size, which is 50. So that's what we have to keep in mind with this sort of question. So if we look at the actual setup here, it says a railway truck A travelling at 5 meters per second collides with truck B travelling in opposite directions. If we take moving to the right as, say, the positive direction, therefore the truck moving to the left would be the negative direction. And that's where the direction part of this definition comes in. So now that I've mentioned that, let's get into it. It says, use the principle of conservation of momentum to calculate the velocity of truck B after the collision. So the conservation of momentum states that for a collision or during a situation, the momentum before is equal to the momentum after. So momentum, MOM for short, momentum before is equal to momentum after. Truck A would be, and then for truck B, remember what I just said, it's moving in the opposite direction. So its momentum will be negative, is equal to the momentum after. So A plus V. Right, let's work this out. So 5 times 5,000 is 25,000 minus 5,000 is equal to 5,000 plus 5,000 VB. The next thing I need to do is I need to subtract 5,000 from both sides. Takes us to 15,000 is equal to 5,000 VB. And then finally, to work out VB, I divide both sides by 5,000. 15,000 divided by 5,000 gives me an answer of 3. Right, let's move on. Write down the equation for the kinetic energy of a body of mass m moving with velocity v. Kinetic energy, Ke, is equal to half times the mass of the body times its velocity squared. Show that truck A loses 60,000 joules of kinetic energy during the collision. Would be half times its mass, 5,000, times its velocity, which is 5 squared. So let's calculate that. Then after the collision, therefore the difference between is 62,500 minus 2,500 is equal to 60,000. Right, finally, state what happens to this lost energy. The energy would be transferred into the surroundings as, for example, heat, there would be noise. All of those sort of transfers would add to the original amount of kinetic energy the truck had. So let's put, right, I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.